Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage, and welcome to another project. This is a moped. Some could maybe argue that it's not really a moped at the moment, but once upon a time this was a moped. The story about this one is that I was gifted this from a viewer. Hello Kitty from the Netherlands. This is not from the Netherlands though, because they bought a house in Sweden. A house that had been abandoned for a lot of years, a very old house also. In the barns they found this one, and then they contacted me because they viewed the channel and they thought that it would be a nice project for the channel and me, and it really is because I love it already. The story is that this moped has been standing in the barn since 1967, because the house was actually abandoned since 1967, where the owner of this, I presume, went to a nursing home. And then it just stood and stood and stood. So all this has just been inside a dark barn in Sweden for almost 60 years. That itself is amazing. But as you can see, it is missing some pretty important bits. And I really hope to get some help from you guys, especially you guys from Sweden. Hej då, hypti, Husqvarna det. This is a Swedish moped. It's a Husqvarna. It got the Husqvarna Flinta engine HVA, I think it's called, which this one does not have. I need to sort one of those engines. I need to sort some wheels. But let me just show you the bike, because it's really something. And look at the logo from Husqvarna. It could have just as well have been fitted to a sewing machine, but this is pretty nice, and it must have been one of the nicer models of mopeds, because it's got suspension and all that sort of stuff, and it seems to be a really nice model. It looks a lot like my other Husqvarna that I no longer own, but this is a slightly different model. The model name is on the other side, I think. I saw it, yeah. VOV 1005, and the HVA must be the engine. It's a 2-växlad, so a 2-geared engine. It got kickstart because there are no pedals. Well, the pedals could be in the engine, but I'm pretty sure it got a kickstart this. And as far as I can see, it is missing the engine. It's missing the wheels. There are bits, so all is not completely lost. In terms of engine, this is the most engine-like thing there is in the spare part back. This is the ignition coil, I presume, but it's not necessarily the right one. Even, I don't know. I actually think it's the correct one. And for wheels, I only have the rear sprocket and what I think is the front brake. Then I got some side plates for it, some chain guard, and another trim piece. And this name of the owner and motor type Olaf Johnson, or Jonsson, most likely. But that's all I got. I would like to rebuild this and get it running, but I would need to get the wheels, and I would need to get the engine. And then I think I could build the rest of the stuff. I think is pretty generic stuff, the handlebar and so on. I think I can find that locally on swap meets and stuff like that. But the engine is going to be a little bit more difficult, and the wheels is will be a little bit more difficult. So I hope that I got some Swedish viewers who maybe know something, or maybe have something lying around. And if you do, then comment down below. I would be really interested in getting this bike back on the road. And a big thanks to Kitty for giving me this wonderful project. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it fits perfectly. But I guess it will take some time before I can actually get started on this, because I need those parts. But this itself is looking so cool, so I think it's going on the wall until I get the parts. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.